Heat advisory has been extended now into tomorrow. With that, let's bring in meteorologist Jeff Ray talking about the heat and also heat stress.
You know, as the national environment correspondent David Scheckner reports, experts say we desperately need a new standard that tells us not how it feels outside, but how much the heat is damaging our bodies.
I'm running inside a lab at Penn State University, where scientists have discovered a sobering new truth. Heat and humidity can be dangerous to our bodies at much lower temperatures than previously thought. How do they know that? Well, it starts with a research subject swallowing a tiny thermometer tucked inside this pill.
Hope they don't need it back.
The pill will record my core temperature as the chamber floods with hot air and humidity.
He said he wants to keep going for another 2 hours.
What Dr. Larry Kenny is looking for are the signs of heat stress on the body's internal organs.
Heat stress is what kills.
Heat stress is what kills. Most of the people who die are over the age of 65. Most of them die, with the exception of homeless who are outdoors, most of them die in indoor environments because of lack of air conditioning.
Breaking news right now, Chicago firefighters are working to cool down a north side apartment building where 3 people were found dead.
Gwen Osborne was a retired newspaper reporter from Chicago. She died during an early heat wave in 2022 when her building did not turn on the air conditioning. Her son, Ken Rye.
After 3 consecutive days of above average temperatures, you know, they decided to do health checks. And when they did the health check of her unit, she had passed.
I'm so sorry about that.
You know, every now and again it kind of hits you. So, sorry.
For the last 20 years, scientists have had a theory that anything above 95 degrees Fahrenheit with 100% humidity over an extended period was the danger zone. But that theory was never tested on human subjects. What Kenny's research found is the danger zone starts far lower at 87 degrees and 100% humidity. In a warming climate, that will put more people in danger.
I think we need to look more inward at the human body in terms of how we respond to conditions of high heat and humidity.
There it is.
One of the few places that's happening is the Australian Open tennis tournament, which has tested how athletes respond to extreme heat. The result is a 1 through 5 heat stress scale with recommendations like extended breaks or suspending play. Kenny says a similar scale can be developed for seniors.
That, I think, would be more valuable, more valid, and more reliable in alerting the public.
And he hopes give us a better understanding of how truly damaging heat and humidity can be, instead of learning that lesson the hard way.
Your mom being the writer, what would be the headline of this story?
We can do better for our seniors.
David Scheckter, CBS News, Chicago.
Research conducted at Penn State is especially important here in the Dallas area where it's getting hotter. According to data from Climate Central, we're experiencing about 30 more warm summer days than we did in the 70s. Now, we're under a heat advisory, and we let you know what the heat index is going to be across the afternoon. But there's some key things you need to know about the heat index. For instance, it is targeted or calculated, I say, at a specific person. And that person is one in the shade, not in direct sunlight where it can be 10 degrees warmer. But that person is also 5'7", 147 pounds and healthy. So if you're older, if you're pregnant, if you have any health issues, the heat index is going to affect you more. Very high heat index values, by the way, we really think are being vastly underestimated, and the National Weather Service is addressing that.